Africa, a continent rich in natural resources and cultural heritage, is home to some of the fastest-growing economies in the world. Over the past decade, numerous African nations have exhibited remarkable economic growth, driven by a combination of innovative policies, strategic investments, and resource management. This video explores the top 10 fastest-growing economies in Africa, highlighting the unique factors contributing to their impressive growth rates. Please note that according to IMF data, all of the top 7 countries of this list have exceeded the GDP growth of that of the USA, France, Great Britain, and Russia. Let's start. Number 10, Tanzania. Tanzania's economy has experienced robust growth, driven by mining, construction, manufacturing, and tourism. The country is rich in natural resources, including gold and natural gas, which have attracted substantial foreign investment. The agricultural sector, which employs a large portion of the population, is receiving attention for modernization and productivity improvement. Real GDP growth rate in 2024 is 6.1% and real per capita GDP growth rate 3%. Number 9, the Gambia. Historically, significant investments have been made in tourism, agriculture, and infrastructure. Efforts are underway to simplify land acquisition for agriculture investors and provide tax incentives in priority sectors like agriculture, manufacturing. There has also been increase in economic activities, services, and construction, as well as public infrastructure development. Real GDP growth rate 2024, 6.2% and real per capita GDP growth rate 2024, 3.1%. Number 8, Ethiopia. Ethiopia has been one of Africa's fastest-growing economies for over a decade, thanks to government-led development policies focused on industrialization and infrastructure development. Large-scale projects such as the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam and numerous industrial parks have been key growth drivers. The agricultural sector remains vital, employing a large portion of the population and producing significant export commodities like coffee and cut flowers. Efforts to liberalize the economy and attract foreign investment have also contributed to Ethiopia's rapid economic transformation. Real GDP growth rate 2024, 6.2% and real per capita GDP growth rate 4.5%. Number 7, Benin. Benin has seen impressive economic growth rates, driven by reforms aimed at improving the business climate and governance. The country has diversified its economy with significant contributions from agriculture, particularly cotton production, and a growing services sector. Infrastructure investments, such as the modernization of the port of Cotonou, have enhanced trade and economic activities. Benin's strategic location as a gateway to landlocked countries like Niger and Burkina Faso further boosts its economic significance in the region. Real GDP growth rate 2024, 6.3% and real per capita GDP growth rate is 3.4%. Number 6, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso's economy grew by 3.2% in 2023, which was a slight rebound from 2022's 1.8% growth. This growth was despite a security crisis and inflation falling to 0.7% due to lower local product prices. The African Development Bank projects that growth will continue, as driven by increased agricultural and gold productions. However, these sectors are still dependent on the country's security and socio-political climate, especially as the country withdrew from Economic Community of West African States in 2024. Real GDP growth rate in 2024 is 6.4% and real per capita GDP growth rate 2024 is 3.5%. Number 5, Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast has enjoyed robust economic growth, primarily due to its status as a leading exporter of cocoa and coffee. Additionally, the country has diversified its economy with significant growth in sectors such as manufacturing, services, and oil. Political stability in recent years has further boosted investor confidence. Infrastructure improvements, including roads, ports, and power supplies, have facilitated trade and commerce. The government's focus on modernizing agriculture and investing in education and healthcare has also contributed to its economic resilience. Real GDP growth rate 2024 6.6% and real per capita GDP growth rate is 3.9%. Number 4, Rwanda. Rwanda's economy has consistently demonstrated impressive growth over the past decade. This growth is primarily driven by substantial investments in infrastructure and services, a booming construction sector, and strong performance in the agriculture and tourism sectors. The government's focus on creating a business-friendly environment, including significant reforms to reduce the cost of doing business, has also played a crucial role. The capital, Kigali, is now a tech hub in East Africa, earning Rwanda the nickname the Singapore of Africa. Real GDP growth rate 2024 7% and real per capita GDP growth rate is 4.2%. Number 3, Libya. Libya's economy has been affected by political instability and conflict in recent years. However, in 2023, Libya's GDP grew 12.6% as the country recovered from the 2022 recession. This growth was due to improved security, which allowed for sustained oil production, as well as increased private consumption and exports. Inflation also decreased to 2.4% in 2023 as domestic supply chains improved. Real GDP growth rate 2024, 7.5% and no data on real per capita GDP growth rate. Number 2, Senegal. Senegal's economy is expanding rapidly, driven by large-scale infrastructure projects, a burgeoning service sector, and a growing industrial base. The country has also benefited from political stability and proactive government policies aimed at fostering economic development. The Plan for an Emerging Senegal, PES, has been instrumental in attracting foreign investment and promoting public-private partnerships. Key sectors like tourism, telecommunications and mining, particularly the extraction of gold and phosphates, have shown significant growth, enhancing Senegal's economic prospects. Real GDP growth rate 2024, 8.8%, and real per capita GDP growth rate is 5.9%. Number 1, are you ready for it? Niger. Niger's economy has seen exceptional growth, primarily driven by investments in the mining sector, particularly uranium and oil extraction. The country has also benefited from agricultural production, with initiatives to improve irrigation and farming techniques boosting yields. Infrastructure development, including road construction and energy projects, has further supported economic activities. Despite challenges such as security and political concerns, Niger's government has made efforts to attract foreign investment and improve economic governance, contributing to its rapid economic expansion. Real GDP growth rate 2024 11.1% and real per capita GDP growth rate 7.1%. Each country on this list has leveraged its unique strengths, whether through natural resources, strategic location, or progressive policies, to drive economic development. As they continue to grow and diversify their economies, they pave the way for a brighter and more prosperous future for Africa. Now you know. Thank you for watching, friends. Please support our channel by subscribing, liking and sharing your thoughts in the comment sections for more enlightening videos like this.